Good morning, my trippy hippies. It is Tammy coming to you live from my office on this fine Sunday, day after hippie holidays. A little bit after the time I said I'd be live, but like I said, we're always in perfect time because time is made up and it only has value because we give it value. So as you jump on here today, please do me a couple of favors. Say hello, tell us where you're watching from, and drop us a grateful fed in the comments. This is way, way, way more fun with friends. I know a little later than normal. Like I said, we are in perfect accordance with time, but I did not want to get my rear end out of the bed this morning, and I was laughing because a lot of it is because of all the allergy medicine that I'm taking, and I'm sure that not only the allergy medicine, but yesterday was my favorite holiday of the year, and so I was moving a little slow after last night. Red and I started watching Jack Reacher on Prime. We finished the Jack Ryan watching Reacher, and it's a really good show. Good morning, thank you so much, Elizabeth Clark. If you can do me a favor, tag a few folks in the comments for me. Oh, that's what's going on. Let's do that. If y'all can jump. Let's do this. I'm gonna see if I can go over to my other group here. Say, can you help me boost my live? Because I'm a little later going live. So I'm starting now. See if I can get my other crew to help me boost this live for me. That'd be great. It does take a little time, and everybody's got their morning routines done. First of all, I had to have coffee this morning. So I went through and got an iced coffee from Mickey D's, and I kind of was like, do I want to go through this line, or is it not worth it? And the universe responded for me because I kind of pulled up. I still have the ability to pull out, but then, like, while I was deciding, going, I'm not sure if I want to do this or not, I got blocked in. So I'm like, well, I guess iced coffee is on the agenda for today. And sometimes you need a little boost on a Sunday morning of caffeine and sugar and stuff. So that's what I have, a little sugar-free vanilla iced coffee from Mickey D's. This morning I needed something to kind of put a little pep in my step. So if you are just now joining us, my name is Tammy. I am affectionately known as the Hometown Hippie. And like Elizabeth Clark just said, say good morning. Tell me where you're watching from and drop us a grateful fed in the comments. It really is easy as that. If you could do that favor for me, we'd really appreciate it. I am live in a lot of different places today. I'm live on my personal timeline. I'm live in the Hometown Hippie business page and private group. Hello from Sylvania, Ohio. I'm also live in the TAM Unity and in the Grateful Fed page. So not only tell me where in the world are you watching from, where are you following me from? Are you on my personal page? Are you in the TAM Unity? Are you on Hometown Hippie? Are you a Grateful Fed follower? Where are you coming from? So I see Heather Johns is on here this morning, Pennsylvania, Ohio, dropping her Grateful Fed as she was asked to do. I'm so very thankful for that. I'm glad to see your face this morning. I really missed yesterday. I talked about maybe doing something, and we came in yesterday morning and we had to work. Me and Amy had some catering to do, and we had a good morning. We knocked it out, danced around the kitchen kind of thing. And then I just really was really tired this weekend. Like more than anything, like I've just been kind of wiped out. Good morning from happy birthday and good morning. Y'all give Amanda Giorgetti a little bit of love. Yesterday, her birthday is on our hippie holiday, always. So she's like having a so hope you had a beautiful birthday. Hopefully one year we will be able to visit together and celebrate hippie holidays and your birthday all at one fell swoop. As a Grateful Fed family, I hope we can make your birthday cake soon. And if you are watching this on the Grateful Fed on my personal page, you're like, what are you talking about? What holiday was yesterday? Yesterday was April 20th. And for those of us who partake, it's kind of a joke that that's our hippie holiday. We did a festival around Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. And it runs from the 19th to the 23rd every year. It's we start the day before 20. We try to do philanthropic things, and then we celebrate. The whole idea is about Peace, Love, and Feast, Grow Where You're Planted. It is about being kind to the world, because the Earth Day is the 22nd, so it's kind of an Earth Day festival, and we utilize the hippie part of it to kind of bring in other things. And yes, I set myself to space as well. I still set myself to space, but I miss my people. I miss y'all too. We had such a great time last year. We had tie-dye workshops and we had all kinds of stuff, but this year was a little more low key, and I'm okay with that. This year was one of those things where done is better than perfect, but I couldn't even get it done. Good morning from Victoria. Candy, I still need to see Candy. She placed an order yesterday and she didn't get it picked up yet. And I got it filled for her because I thought she might need it for the holiday, but she probably needs it for her lupus. So I have really been in a place around my healing business, because I have been so inundated with my catering business, which, I feel like we heal through food all the way around. And I have felt some kind of way about not really getting together and doing anything this year for Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. But the universe said to me, all in due time, right? Never let a stumble in the road be the end of your journey. So we do have a plan. We're going to be, we were going to meet yesterday to start talking about festival stuff. But I've literally got so much stuff in my head right now that I'm so overwhelmed with things. It's been a hard year. Yep, it's been a hard year so far. And here's the other thing, right? This year was one of those things where everything that I had kind of for this quarter, everything that I had jotted out for the first month of the first quarter is back to that Tammy plans and God laughs. Hallelujah, amen. If your life this year has been like, no matter, like, you plan something and then the world just flips upside down. And it's interesting because there was a festival that was going to, Virginia 420 Festival, which was happening this weekend at 2 different campsites across Virginia. Back, I don't know, January of this year, and I've got the messages, which I've shown people the messages, the millions of messages, the crazy behavior of like, don't message me at midnight about something like this, right? They begged and begged and begged and begged and begged for amen, hallelujah, right? Amen, hallelujah. Can I get it? I know there's more of the people that can say that, right? They asked me to come do a cooking seminar, to come be a caterer for a wedding on the event. I said, we're already booked. We already do our own festival. So I don't I get asked because, in Virginia, we do the Hometown Hippie Elevated Edibles. We have a lot of the online presence. At one point, our TikTok was kind of getting kind of crazy and kind of viral. We had people, and some of y'all know that because you found me on that, right? You found me on the ability to on TikTok during Christmas last year or whatever. And I have not been on TikTok because they target certain types of creators and we get banned, and it was a lot of, I said, is the juice worth the squeeze on some things, right? And this last couple of years, I have really been trying to be more cognizant of the things that I choose to partner with. I feel like a lot of partnerships really make me leery. Like, I don't want to let anybody down. It's my people pleaser side. I don't want to ever not live up to someone's expectations, but I also believe that I expect people to live up to mine, and not a lot of times in partnerships have they, right? In partnerships have they. I feel like I've either done the brunt of the work or it has not been up to the standard in which I would like for something to be done. And so I choose sometimes, here's the thing, right? I can't control what you do. This is today's lesson. Apparently it's coming in, and this is for somebody out there today. It's about understanding, right, that where your boundaries lie and how to exchange energy. And that's what today's message is going to be about. And I wasn't sure until just that moment. And I just kind of feel like I just got connected, right? I felt like I just got connected with source. It just kind of started coming in that this is the lesson. I can hear my angels, guides, and helpers kind of give it. Okay. So let's talk about it, right? And I'm going to take a moment right now. And I'm going to ask each of you, because I'm feeling very overwhelmed all of a sudden, right? So I'm going to ask each of you out there for me, right? If you could take a deep breath in through your nose And exhale through your mouth. But I'm going to ask my angels and my guides and my helpers to come in with this message and to help me to be a clear and perfect channel for the message that I'm about to receive. About to receive, yes, and about to give. So I'm apparently they said it, I didn't, right? I'm about to receive a message, and I'm going to give it. So I'm asking them to be a clear and perfect channel for that. I was approached in January to partner with this festival, and everything in my gut, I just said no. I was like, we do Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. We do Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. And we have a wedding we're going to cater this weekend, which I was supposed to have a wedding I was going to cater this weekend. But when Grace left, I didn't. I took off all of that stuff for this month. They never signed with us, none of that. This happened months ago that didn't happen. Like they, but we already had that on the books in January. I said, look, he said, no, we're doing the first one in the state. It's like, look, the guy that was, I'm not going to name names, people that know. He kept on and kept on. I was like, thank you for thinking of us, but we are not interested. And then it was like they weren't even listening to what I was saying. They would just keep shooting information. This person's going to be here. This person's going to be here. You're going to have this. We're going to give you this. And again, sir, I appreciate it. I had to block this. The messages just kept coming. I blocked them. Then Red comes in my office about a month later and goes, hey, I know that we've not really gotten anywhere with Peace, Love, and Feast Fest yet, and you're not sure exactly how that looks this year. This is maybe February. I just got a message from somebody who's running the big one in Virginia, wants me to come be a vendor, is telling me all these things. And I open my phone and I pulled the messages up and I started reading like the messages, like, does all of this sound familiar? He's like, yep. I was like, is it from this person? He says, yep. I was like, I blocked them months ago. He's going to you to get to me. I am not interested. I was like, if you want to do it from the store, that is your decision to make. I am not going to, my intuition is sometimes for me, and where I get skewed in my ego takes over from source, if that makes sense. Can I get a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying? Where it's not me trying to put my my thoughts on it, my emotions onto it. It's not my ego operating to give you the information. You know, it's kind of like I say to people all the time. If someone tells you that I'm an asshole, you might want to believe them. And I've posted about this before, right? Because I am the villain in some people's story, but what they only talk about me being the villain from the moment I became the villain, right? They don't tell all of the things that pushed me to be the villain and their side of the story. And this person and I have a back and forth where I'm just like, he does not like me. At this point, because I was like, look, I have really bad vibes around you. Like your energy is just not right. I just know. Last year, some friends of mine did not heed, and he had a little small thing, and they went to that versus coming to us, and they didn't even stay. They didn't even get set up before they were run off by the police. Like the police were lined up on the way there, and he said even when they got there, the people doing work were rude. He said, I should listen to you, Tammy. I should have never gone. I said, it's not. I said, all I'm saying is the reason I'm not going. I'm not telling you not to go. And I told them that. I was like, I'm not making the decision. I was like, there are people that are to your highest and best that are not to mine. Right? And so I don't ever I'm not going to recruit anybody into believing what I believe, right? In that way about people, like people's energy, like some people are people, right? Elizabeth Clark has people that I'm sure that she would talk to that I would not be around, and vice versa. I have people that she would not talk to that I would be around, and Heather, Kristen, and Amanda, and everybody else on here. We all have those people that, there's some people that you jive with, some people you don't. And it's not about, it's not the same vibe. Not a lot of people are the same. Yes. And so, but I'm not going to say, I told Ren, I was like, here's the thing. I was like, that is my opinion. He says, I didn't know it was the same people with this. I was like, it is. I said, well, here's the deal. If you stop reading a story in a certain chapter, maybe things have changed. If you are hearing that you should go do this, then go do this. And that's something that I want you all to understand, right? It's like, it's really sad that but I'm saying but there are probably just people in the world who you might vibe with, just in general, not about that or this. I'm just saying there are people who are just not everybody's cup of tea. There are people who do not like being around me, hearing my voice, or seeing my face. I'm just not their people. And that's okay, right? That's it, right? So I'm trying very diligently to say to people like, oh, I am not interested, but if you would like to, but still, if I know, like, I want to be able to like alert people of danger, but not give them my, let you make your decision. So fast forward, there's another group that I went and did a women's retreat for, Virginia Beach Wildflowers group. Some of them come in here from time to time. They're all out. They were excited about going. He had contacted them, and they were volunteering. They had campsites, all the things. Now, in my heart, I believe that I had messaged one of the lead people for that group and said, hey, you do what you want to do, but I want you to be cognizant of this person. And now, in my mind, I had sat down a couple months ago when I saw this and sent her a private message that said, hey, you do you. You are a smart, intelligent woman. You are strong and fierce, and you know how to work the world. But I'm letting you know that there's been some nonsense with this promoter in the past with these events. People have gotten burnt really bad. And I don't want you, I love this group. I love the women in this group. And they have, they dance in a lot of circles, right? They have, and I love watching their, and I hold space for that group from a distance, because that group is a group of women who have come together. They're single moms, and just moms, not even all of them are single. They are in different places in their life, but they support each other. They're a very, very robust community of Hampton Roads women. And I got in that group because the universe needed me to be in that group some way. And I love them from a distance. Like, many of them don't know who I am. Many of them don't care for me, right? But it's because of vibration and where they are in their healing journey and their frequency, and that's all that it is. And I don't take any of that personally. When I had that big thing last year, year before last, we had to like block some people, and like somebody was like, I said, look, I was like, stop tagging me in nonsense where you're talking BS that you don't understand. Like, you can say what you want to, Sweet Pea, right? The villain in somebody's story if you need to be. I was like, but I am trying to save you from the community, because if they see you tagging and it was blatant lies, like y'all knew it, we all talked about it. I said, they will get you. Some of them are not as healed as I am, right? She was a member of that group, right? So she's no longer in that group either. But fast forward to this past weekend, and Thursday, there was a Facebook post that event was canceled. And I don't know the details of it, nor do I need to, but a lot of people were displaced for the weekend on figuring out what to do. There was a lot of plans that got changed. And here's the thing, right? We could have benefited had we planned something. But my big thing is that I just didn't feel that this year was the year for it. I felt the energy being weird this year. I felt with the retrograde, with the eclipse, something just didn't feel right about really doing anything this year. And then when that festival got canceled, the universe said to me, I am making your path clear, and I'm clearing the way for your path. Right? The universe said that to me. So if this year, if I would have been like competing against them, right, it would have been nothing. People would come here, it would have been a cluster, right? It would have been a cluster because I wasn't prepared. But knowing the intentionality of what my festival, what our Peace, Love, and Feast Fest is about healing the earth and giving back and doing community service and understanding the spiritualness and the way in which people utilize cannabis in a way that is holistic, that is to put you into homeostasis. It's to activate the endocannabinoid system in your body that connects your physical body with your mental body to allow you to be able to heal yourself in a robust and natural way. And as we have grown and I have been busy doing the work, I have fallen into the trap of living that life of convenience. When I was working from the house, everything was more thoughtful and intentional, and because we had a smaller capacity in which to do it, right? When I'm processing a Reiki infused, medical infused treats for you all, and I'm doing it for 45 people in a month, 100 orders in a month, I'm able to mortal and pestle and really get in there and do the things. And as we have grown, I have not been able to have that one-on-one time with it like I would want to. And we have grown, and we're doing, we do 3 times, 5, 10 times that amount now. And so the other day I was sitting in my office and I was talking to my dad, and my dad said, I need help. Uh, his girlfriend struggles with insomnia and anxiety, and just, I mean, when I say she struggles with my insomnia, where she just doesn't sleep. And she has utilized cannabis for so long as the medication to help do that, that it can also, if you're not doing it in a thoughtful manner, it's kind of like eating because you're hungry versus just eating because you're bored. Can I get a hallelujah amen on that, right? Anything that you do that's not, everything in your life should be intentional. And when you're utilizing your plant-based medicine, we need to be more intentional and thoughtful about how you do that. I mean, think about the fact that just partaking it in its plant-based form, taking, like, I have my bubbler. That is using all four elements. Like, I call my elementals in when I use it, being more cognizant about saying, I'm calling in my angels, guides, and helpers. The reason that I'm using this earth-based, plant-based medicine that Mother Nature has given us is, number one, my body is weary, my soul is tired, and I am lacking creativity. I'm asking for the mother spirit of the cannabis plant I'm inhaling it. I'm inhaling the good, right? I'm asking it to latch on to all of the things that no longer serve in my body, and to create that. And when I exhale, I'm exhaling those things. The water filtrates it. The water cleans it and cools it and makes it more palatable for my body, right? And you're using the plant-based, which is your earth. You're lighting it with the fire. You're activating it with the fire. So you're using all of your elementals in that opportunity. Now, I'll tell another story. I pulled out my trusty dusty, right, medical marijuana dispensary book, which, you guys, I don't know if you realize what I do to help you. Like, I don't know if you realize, like, the medicine, the way I used to make it. And this is what it reminded me. I was like, we're getting back to basics. We are getting back to basics. And we are creating a new website. We are in the process of it now. I'm going to show y'all the catering side of it and what that looks like. We've got a company that's doing that for us. And I'm hoping that it's in here. Let's see if that's it. Okay. So it'll kind of be like, look at that. So it'll come in, and you can go into, like, the catering, and you'll be able to click our services, and then this is just a mock-up. There it is, our services. So you click our services, and it'll go up, and you can click, like, menu planning and catering. It'll have, like, wait staff and servers, like referral service, equipment rentals, all the things about the Grateful Fed. It'll map us. So it's going to have some more functionality. And I have really been, all cannabis is not the same. Yep. I have learned so much over the last 6 months. The science behind it is phenomenal. By joining the woo-woo with the science. Yes, exactly. Right. So when Red creates a new grow in our tent, I figure out what he's going to grow. Right. So we say, okay, what are we growing? And we pick some strains. I'm just going to pick one. I'm going to pick one. Let's say Northern Lights. Everybody, Northern Lights, right? So Northern Lights. So I look at Northern Lights. I look at the genetics of the seed that we purchase. And then I come here and I'm like, okay, we're looking at the conditions that Northern Lights treats. So look at the internet being fun, right? So some of the things that are treated with Northern Lights as anxiety, when I look at that, right, then I can pull the endocannabinoids, I can pull the terpene profiles and all the things. So you tell me, so if you are utilizing this for pain relief, for anxiety, for stress, and you find a strain that works for you, right? You find a strain like Tammy, that blah, blah, blah really, 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 really worked for me. I want you at that point, right, to write that down, to keep a journal of your health journal to check in with yourself. And then we can then, this message is important because the internet keeps acting weird. And I always say the double works hard. whenever this thing. One of my favorite birthing Northern Lights. One of my favorite, right? Northern Lights, birthing lights. I never heard of birthing lights. I've heard of Northern Lights. I think you might have met Northern Lights, but the internet can be weird. We can find strains that have similar terpene profiles and percentages like CBD to THC, so we can create medicine that is for those things. So when I'm creating calming caramels, right? See, when we do intentionality, we're picking the strains that are used for these things to put into the medicine. So as we create our cookbook, we're creating a cookbook. We're creating it around our pantry items. Okay. So one of the things that we're going to start doing, I'm trying to organize it right now, but that's a whole other story. But it is about being mindful and intentional about what you do. So when you send me messages, because I get a lot of messages, and I've gone off topic, but not really. The universe like, it's coming back, it's coming around. We're gonna have the rug that pulls the room together here in a second. But it is about, right, me, number one, being brought back to the basics of why I'm doing what I'm doing through the journey of this festival being canceled and me setting my boundaries and not understanding the lesson. So let's go back to that story, right? So I kind of got off on a tangent about this, but this is important because I really wanted to do this. And in my ego wanting to also, I got jealous. I knew I got jealous. I was like, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I did stop reading that book. And this wildflower group's going to go have this phenomenal time. They'd asked one of the other people in that group, a lady who is phenomenal. She's a Reiki practitioner. She has a whole Whispering Winds Reiki, and she does infused treats, and she was going to do sound baths and healing, and she was going to speak and all the things. And like, she had her flyer put together. They were advertising it. Had asked me to do back in January. And I was like, get the hell out of my face. And I really, really like this girl, Tiffany. I don't know her. I met her at Amy's farm. I've not met her but once. She was very sweet, but I follow her on Facebook constantly. And I'm very much, we have a soul connection somehow. I'm not sure, but I'm very drawn to her. And so when she is I'm like, she's going to be wonderful. She's going to give them such, maybe it was the highest and best of the festival, because I feel like her energy work, her light work is so much, so powerful that I think maybe they needed her. So I was trying to work through my, like, why am I feeling some kind of way about this? I can't control what anybody else does, right? Again, boundaries, I can only control myself and how I interact with it. But in this past, I was like, I'm feeling some kind of way. Maybe my intuition is not right. Maybe I should have said yes to this. Maybe. I was all over myself with this. Upset with myself even a little bit, like, damn, like, how far off am I that this festival could, there were going to be documentarians there, the people that I want to be in front of to be able to talk about the power of one, because I want to get our message out, right? And that's where I feel like I've let people down, like the partnership. All these things are coming up to be reknown in this shadow phase, in this solar eclipse phase. And I was really struggling with this personally about, like, ego wants, I want, like, I didn't realize how much I wanted to be the one as if the message is what's important, not me. So I'm working through all this on the backside, like, hey, Tammy, get your shit together. Like, what is wrong with you? This is to the highest and best. And so fast forward to this past week, and they were like, woo, Carmen taught us a lesson. Like, this whole thing went off the rails, blah, 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 blah. And then I got real pissy with myself, because I was like, I told all of them. I knew he won't no good. Like, I knew this was going to happen. And then I was like, I feel like shit. I'm like, I don't want that to happen to them. I'm like, did I manifest that in some weird way? Then I was feeling real kind of shitty about it. I was like, you know what? No, everything happens for a reason. And I went back through and I was like, I told them, let me go find that message, see if she responded to anything. And I never sent that message. Like, nowhere in any of my chats, nowhere in text message, nowhere in, because this person got like 3 or 4 different profiles. I checked all of them. I never sent that message. Never once did I send that message about, hey, just be cognizant. Like, I thought I sent. I know I typed that message. I remember watching the live the night that I sent the message. Like, I remember doing it. And I'm like, okay, so I flipped timelines. I'm not even on the same place here. Oh no, I come back to the second. But I never sent that message. I never sent that message. Either that or the universe is like, not on this timeline. You're not on a place where you sent that message because you want to be able to say, I told y'all. See that message I sent? It's like, why are you looking for that message? Why does that matter? And I really, in this past weekend, I dealt with a lot of that, like a lot of this guilt around it. Like, I'm glad, like, if I would have had something, like, I just feel like it all worked out like it was. And the universe says, see, don't worry about comparison is the thief of joy. That's what this weekend's lesson was, right? I truly kind of gave up on Peace, Love, and Feast Fest thinking that the 425, I was like, this is it. Next year, once they go and they do this, we'll just intertwine. Maybe we'll do a little section, like an Earth Day section within this festival. I kind of resigned myself to that. Like, I'm like, we're not the party animals that people want on this holiday. Like, my idea is much more low key and laid back because the way that I utilize it, I love to have fun with it, y'all. I laugh and we joke and we have the best time. And my cheeks get in my eyes and we giggle and all of those things. But the reason I say all the time, I am California sober. I do not partake of alcohol. It's a spirit for a reason, right? It's just not vibrating for me. That is my decision, not your decision. But if I am planning something, I also understand that I can't control what you do, but I can control the energy that is around me. And the people that want to, and I get caught in my head about this. And I think how many other people just, you second guess, you third guess, you fourth guess, you fifth guess everything. And I have been in the season of doing that. And in this shadow period, right, here's the lesson, right? Trust your instinct. Keep your eye on your prize. And if you are true to yourself, if you are true to yourself and you're closer to your community when you keep your eye on your thing, right? If we are all looking straight ahead at what we need, we are all as close as we've ever been. We're all walking to a mutual goal, to the highest and best of the collective consciousness. My path for that is going to look a lot different than the path of the person right next to me, right? And if I watch what theirs is, I'm going to veer off mine because your mind goes where your mind goes, your energy flows. So if my mind goes here to look at what Heather's doing, I'm going to veer all the way over. I'm going to keep going this way. And my path is straight ahead. And so many times we veer off our path because we're worried about what our neighbor is doing. Can I get a hallelujah, amen? If you look at the moments in life that may have affected you, when you took your eye off your prize, you did not listen to yourself, and you went the wrong way because you looked at your neighbor, you compared yourself to somebody else, right? I want y'all to think about that for a second while I look at these comments so I don't get sidetracked, okay? Elizabeth says that she's very excited with this growing season with Red's help and guidance. I'm fascinated by the science. Exactly. Then she said Elizabeth is very much invested in the pantry products, which I'm very, very grateful for. That's the path that we're moving into because I understand, the whole goal has always been, right? I teach you to fish. You eat forever. If I fish for you, you eat for the day. I can bake you brownies and I can charge you what it costs me to pay somebody to bake you brownies, to package them, to do all the things. Or we can create the ingredients, create a cookbook for you. You can spend $50 on the ingredient that you need, and then you go buy your items at your store, use your own items, and you can make a whole pan of brownies for the thing that you could get two for, right? Elizabeth, like if you look at it the way it breaks down, so you can make them to your dosing exactly how you need it with your recipe, and you can make triple, quadruple the amount that you need, and you can say that's what the pantry items are for. They cost more money maybe up front for like whatever. In the long run, it is definitely the most bang for your buck because you're able to then create recipes with those things, and the healing is in that. And then you add your intentionality to it. You add your hands creating it. That's also talking about I feel like, there's a lot of power involved when you create something to heal yourself. I know when I am creating things that are for my benefit, like for my hands and things like that, that when I create them, like the intentionality of it is it's just powerful, the energy that goes into it, because I don't know, it just is. So allowing yourself to do that is amazing, right? So she made her first batch of brownies at home using the pantry coconut oil. She learned to be more precise with measuring in her intentions. The brownies were much too strong, but also delicious, therefore dangerous. Yes. And then we're going to have little tricks in the cookbook on how to mask the flavor so it tastes delicious. how to cut the 1-to-1 ratio of like maybe infused coconut oil to regular coconut oil or butter. So you can then make your pantry items go a little longer and you can downplay your dosing. Like we'll show you how to dose it as well. So you know at home what the dosing is based on your pantry collection, right? We're trying to get all that literature in there. We're trying to get all of that together for you. Um, so, but had I, let me get this off. Sorry, I'm trying to get that off. There we go. But had I, not been true to myself this year and would have gone on and worried about that and said, yes, I'll do it now. I'll do the same so everybody else was. And I would have given up catering for the weekend and I would have all these things, right? So the universe does not make mistakes with that. And when I talk about the festivals and things like that, I was like, I didn't want to do anything because I didn't know if people would be attracted to what we wanted. Like we want to have an entire area for Native Americans. Like we have someone who does sweat lodges and has like a Indian Native American like healer and peace pipes and things. So we want to have like showing people like in the ancient traditions of Native Americans how cannabis was used. We want to do one for like clothing and non-ingestibles, like way that hemp is used in a way that is hempcrete, hemp clothing, hemp paper, all the benefits that hemp has to the environment and to your world is a more holistic kind of way. We want to show people how to be a better friend to the planet. So it's really an Earth Day festival with the cannabis plant kind of added into it. There'll be music and things like that, but I'm telling y'all, it's not going to be beer vendors and hot boxes and all. It's not going to be people walking around half naked. I want it to be a more low key than some of the festivals. And, that's why I haven't been doing it. And I decided, you know what, that's our festival. And our festival will be exactly what it's supposed to be. And the people that are attracted to that will be there and it'll be exactly what it's supposed to be and not get inside of my head anymore. Because I can't, you have control of your life. I have control of mine. And I have to learn, right, that if people that are attracted to us will come to us, those that we don't chase, we attract, right? We talk about that. And we can't change other folks. You have to be able to be cognizant of your energy and your boundaries. I promise you, your life will be a lot happier when you're not looking at everybody else. Comparison is a thief of joy. And that was my lesson this shadow period about looking at things. I was comparing myself to everything, comparing my numbers year over year. Comparison is the thief of joy. Now, I'm not saying I'm be a bad business person and just not look at things and not know what's happening, but that's my business. I need to look at my business, but I don't need to compare myself with everybody else. We're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. And I need a lot of reminders. And God does not make mistakes. Universe source. Over this last week, I told you I added Barbara from Granny Bees. She's been very, she's like, why are you acting like you're this is growing pains. She's, I started Granny Bees, she said, for 20 years. I sold it. She made a profit on selling it. But like she said, she's like, this is all stuff we've all been through. We've all struggled to pay the bills from time to time. As a new business owner, that's just the growing pains of it. And why do you feel like you're the only one? Like everybody's just stop it. And just hearing that from someone who's been through it, I really was able to drop my shoulders and not feel like such a failure. And I mean, she's like, why are you? I was like, yeah, but you might be a failure in comparison to that, but you're not that. Like no other business is your business. So only thing you have to compare yourself to is yourself. So stop it. And I told you when you asked the universe, I told the universe, like, I need you to give this, just send someone who said, this is how it is. Like, I don't need to guess. I just need you to give me yes or no answers. And the universe is giving them to me. And I said, hey, did I make the right decision by not going to this festival? And I woke up and it's canceled. Like, yes or no. The universe is not. And so I was like, am I manifesting this shit? Like, I'm a little worried about, like, it's my perception, right? It's my world. I'm just living in it. But no, so, but if you're out there, and you are feeling less than, if you are out there and you are struggling with worth, if you are out there and you're, I want who partakes, or you're someone who is not that person, right? You're here for the Grateful Fed side. Not everybody is here for the same reasons, and that's why, I struggled with coming live in all the places. I'm like, what if I lose business on one side because they know about the other side? And I'm like, it's just that's who I am as a human. Like, I believe I heal you through food, whether it's a plant-based infused that has extra medicine or it's not. We put Reiki into every single thing that we do in this kitchen. Today, when I get off of here, I've got smudge. I've got my sound bowls. Barbara bought us a tongue drum. So we have a tongue drum now. We have a little tongue drum and a little book how to do it. We're going to do a little sound bath. We're going to clear some energy out with some vibration. I am going to have Selena put some ingredients in the Hertz bowls. We're going to bless some ingredients tomorrow. We have an employee meeting. We're going to get back to basics. We are focusing. I've got some packaging coming. So the pantry collection, I'm going to be talking about that and how that's going to be offered. We are going to be offering some more medical this next couple of weeks. Some lozenges, some cough syrup. I'm also looking at doing some bath bombs and some soaps for Mother's Day. So some things that are topicals. Carly is working on some additional healing salve. We've got some new one-to-one being made. We are revamping the store a bunch with some new items in here. But if you're someone right now who is, good morning from Farmville Fresh, Richmond. Okay, Miss Thang, y'all give Kalima some love. She's living her best life right now. Hang on, did your name change? Hang on a second. Girl, wait a second. Did your name change? Did you get married? I'm confused. That last name is new to me. I need to know what's happening here. I know that's a different name change. I know that's a name change. Is his last name? I am so confused, Miss Carter. Smith. I love it. I'm gonna get that scoop later. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? But we are gonna pull a card today. But I want you to go out this week and I want you to be intentional in all the things that you do. And whether it is something that you're grabbing from here to use all 4 elementals, whether it is something that you are using to find your peace, whether it's just your Starbucks in the morning, right? Whether it's just that first sip of hot coffee in the morning. I want you to live in gratitude this week. I want you to live in trust this week. And I want you to live in peace and happiness this week, right? It's Peace, Love, and Feast Fest. And I'm hoping that we can resonate that into the rest of this quarter, right? Smith, it's Smith. Okay. Phew. It's Smith. I legally changed. I love it. Okay, beautiful. I was just like, I'm so confused. I was like, did something change? Did you get married? What's going on? Need more of the caramel sauce. We've got that available. That's coming out. The chocolate sauce, the caramel sauce is staying. I'm trying to find the land on the final packaging of it, the size of it, and the pricing of it. That's what we're working on this week. We have a few things happening this week here on the other side of the house, but we are getting there. So yes, we're getting there. But if you can go out this week and be intentional, married adjacent. I love that. Married adjacent. That works. We are going to be opening our outside area. So if you just need to come over here and sit in some good energy, come sit in some good energy. I'm going to try to find some music to put out back. Maybe we'll have like meditation Mondays where you can come out and just meditate with us on Mondays. Just going to sit there and take some breaths in and inhale the good stuff, exhale the bad stuff, right? And to set some intentions for the week, motivational mindful Mondays or something. We may do that live. I may see if we can get that going, mindful Mondays. I would like to be able to offer like a live lunchtime show from out back every day. But we're not there yet. We're getting there. Those are things that are on my list of things to do. And it's about stop looking what everybody else is doing and focus on what you want to do for you and your business and your community. And we're going to get back to basics. I am going to stop having one foot in and one foot out. We are a food truck that is Monday through Friday, breakfast and lunch right here in this parking lot. We're going to get the market going with our catering and bulk food pickup with the market. Red is going to be not here as much starting in the middle of the summer. He has been playing with the idea of going back to work for a company versus being employed for himself. As much as he loves the store and loves all of you and loves meeting all the new customers and help people with grows, which he'll still be doing, he also misses his passion. And he tried to do this for me, and it was not what he wanted to do. And it's not fair to ask him to stifle with the things that he wants, because to live my dream, right? And he'll be going to work for a company in June, um, and he'll be leaving for like 4 to 6 weeks at a time. And he's going to take the first one as a contractor to go away for like the 4 to 6 weeks. And if he likes it, then he'll stay with the company and he'll sign on, and he'll probably be more full time away from home and back and forth on the weekends here and there, a couple weeks away, a couple weeks home. And I'm nervous about it because, in our full entire marriage, we've never spent more than maybe 3 or 4 nights away from each other in a row. We've gone on girls trips, and I've done business trips, and I've done stuff like that. And he's done work trips, but it's never been more than a week at a time, just something to run away and do. Like, I think it was 2 weeks is the most. And by that time we were really kind of like missing each other. He will be in the DC area. So he said, I'll probably come home on weekends. So I won't be that long without seeing you, but I am going to be revamping the store a little bit and really kind of focusing on the education and teaching farmers how to grow, like the things, having everything you need in here to kind of grow. We're going to have pepper plants and herbs like basil and tomato, all that stuff for you to come buy those plants. I'm going to try to put more like holistic apothecary things in here. We're going to hold a lot of our homemade items for sale that are Reiki infused, like salsas and chicken salad and macaroni salad. You can come in and pick that up to go. The bakery box will be here. So, stay on your path, keep your eyes on your prize, and everything works out in the end. Even if you don't know that it's going to, right? Okay, so a card just jumped out. I mean, it literally like jumped out as I was getting ready to shuffle the next one. This is our card for today. And if you're brand new here, every Sunday I do draw a crystal card, which is our inspiration crystal card. This card will give you some journal prompts and just some messages for the week. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is for the collective, and it is Apophyllite. It says stay positive. I'm very trained. Would love to help out in the Virginia 100 side, and we'll do it for a little bit of nothing. My need for oxygen tank is not consistent. And I mean, yes, Apophyllite. So Elizabeth, I'm anxious to hear about that because I am going to be working that side of the store a lot, but I am going to be trying to put together a very robust trim crew this year. We have a new process for that. We're really working on the tertiary parts of teaching you how to do it. So I'm going to tell y'all. I wasn't going to tell you, but I want to tell you, right? So Virginia keeps dragging their feet on our legalization. They keep kind of like kicking the can down the road. And we want to stay on the right side of everything, okay? So I said to Red, I'm like, hey, our whole goal has always been to teach how to be self-sufficient and how to have their plant-based medicines and foods when it might not be available for other people to do it for them. And I'm not trying to be an alarmist, and I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist and all of that, but you all are grown human people, and you see the state of our country and the state of the world right now. The Middle East is losing its mind. Ukraine and Russia, terrorist attacks everywhere, boats hitting bridges, 911 things being hacked, sun flares causing cell phones not to work for 24 hours. During the pandemic, there was shortages of everything, right? And I'm not trying to be an alarmist, and I'm not saying that the sky is falling. I please don't believe I'm saying that. Here's what I'm saying to you, and I'd love some feedback on this, okay? There's nothing wrong with having the skill set on how to be self-sufficient in a time where maybe grocery stores and things are not apparent. My whole goal is to teach you all the things you can grow, the things you can pick, and the things that are natural to be able to be protected for your family in case of a time of crisis. It's breaking case. It's like, I never want your house to burn down, and I hope that it doesn't, but I hope that you have a fire extinguisher in your house in case you get a fire. I hope you have a smoke detector, right? So the things that I want to show you and teach you are skill sets. So here's the goal. I want to teach each of you how to grow. If you're local to us in Virginia or anywhere else, we want to teach you how to grow. I want to take you from start to finish through an entire grow, which is my goal. And then what I'd like to be able to do here at the store is for you to bring that grow in, right? Maybe you can grow it, but you don't know how to take care of it and get it to all. You don't have the time, the energy, the resources to be able to turn it into medicine like you want. So think about this. Like, anybody ever bought a half a share of a cow or a pig? Like, a farmer said, I will do this for you. Here's the cut sheet. Tell me how you want it back and we'll get it for you. And here's, you pay this money and here's your cow. So in the state of Virginia, each person can grow up to 4 plants at a time in a year. You can do an indoor grow. You can do an outdoor grow. So my goal is for you to be able to grow your plants at home, either in your tent or outside. The outdoor growing season's upon us. You bring your plant in. You buy bags, which are the curing bags, or just big bags. You put them in. You'll have a sticker you'll fill out with your name. I'd like for your tag from your grow, because you have to tag your grows in Virginia with your name, all that stuff on it. Each plant has its tag on it, so it's known the address it was grown at, the person it belongs to, what it weighed when it came in. We put it in order, right? And then Elizabeth can come in and she can we'll take that, and then she's like, okay, we got it trimmed. We have this much trim. We have this much bud. And then I can call the person, like, here's what we've got. They're like, well, I want it back in coconut oil, bud, and butter, and maybe some tincture. And I'm like, okay, so to do that, we process it at this. It's your material. We just charge you the processing amount to jar it, to bag it, to test it, all of that stuff. So you have your percentages on everything. You can come pick up your full package, put all your raw material in your freezer. All of your bud will be in grove bags. It'll be dated and amount and percentages. So you have all of your medicine kind of put together in a package for you. And we didn't grow it. We're not keeping it. None of that stuff. We're processing it into raw material like coconut oil, butter, tincture for you, sugar, whatever you might want, how that works. And then your bud back, you've grown it, it's yours. It's just us helping you as like a vendor doing all that work for you. Like, we work as a private vendor for you. Like, you're paying us to do these things for you. And we have a facility to do it in, kind of like a cannery for that, right? And you get it back and it's cleaned and all those kind of things. And so that would be what our goal would be, to be able to move into that for people. And then we have our stuff that we do for the people who just don't want to learn how to fish. And they're like, I don't have the ability to fish. Butcher of the bud. Yes, kind of like that, right? I don't call it a butcher. It sounds terrible, butchering bud, but yes, we're a processor. We want to be able to process your materials if you'd like us to. Or we can just trim it and hand it back to you like you have it. But there's going to be a cost associated this year with it, because it takes a lot of time and energy. The grove bags, all that stuff's not cheap. And so, and we're not getting enough of the trim for us to really be able to justify the time and energy that goes into it. And I'd like to start paying Elizabeth. We paid her some money last year, but not what I think for the time and effort. She had a good time. We enjoyed her being here. But she needs some hands. And it gives people an opportunity to come learn. Maybe your first season you're coming in as an apprentice, and the next season you can actually be as a full-time employee kind of thing for that. But we'd like to go to get a trim crew together and have an area we can do that, and even have tents that you can rent to go and grow at home, like rental equipment to try it for a time. I've got some good ideas for the store, and taking it over and moving into that role, I think will really fill out the rest of it. So anyway, let's talk about Apophyllite and staying positive, as I'm trying to stay on my 1 hour mark. I got off track. Okay, so Apophyllite, stay positive. Instead of focusing on all the things that can go wrong, it's important to focus on all the things that can go right. Direct your attention to all the positives in your life and allow them to motivate you. Stay grateful in the moment. Allow yourself to be excited about a prospect or an opportunity. Why ruin all the fun with second guessing and the what ifs? Tell me that's not the truth, right? This is about today's message is dead on. A positive mindset, one centered on hope rather than fear, can overcome almost anything. Where your attention goes, your energy. I can't believe I just used that. Where your mind goes, your energy flows. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Let it flow towards the positive, right? And you're taking your eye off the prize. You're looking at something that's not meant for you. And that's today's message, right? Is keeping your eye on your prize, staying positive in your moment, and trusting yourself. Core questions. When do you feel the most positive? These are journal questions. These are great prompts to get into your journal this week. When do you feel the most positive? What aspects of your life are good? How would it feel to focus on only the positive? Your affirmation this week. I live in a state of positivity. Today, raise your vibration by focusing on the good things that can happen throughout your day. Apophyllite. If you have any apophyllite this week, I'd carry it around. Staying positive, staying on the right side of the right side of the dirt is a positive thing, right? I'm above ground. So my grandma used to always say, "How you doing, Nanny?" She's like, "Well, I'm above ground," and I was like, "There you go." So there's always something to be grateful for. There's always something to be positive for. Even in those moments when I try to compare joy, comparison is the thief of gratitude. Keep your eye on your prize. Stay positive, and understand you can't control what anybody else does. You can only control yourself. We have a lot of fun things on tap this week. We are out of the WTF cookies. If you did not get one, you will not get one. They're done. They were 1,300 milligrams. I literally have eaten that over the last 4 days, and I am still like, I don't think I've ever come really down from it yet. That's why I slept late this morning. Y'all, I didn't get out of bed until after 9. Like, it was well after 9. And I really could still be in the bed, but I got a little sweaty. I was like, let me get up. I'm feeling a little gross. Like, I don't lay in bed like this. I'm feeling a little nasty today. So I got up and got moving, and I'm ready to go home and get moving again. We're making some spaghetti for dinner tonight. And I got some plans. I got an employee meeting tomorrow. I'm gonna do some sound baths in here. But y'all, I appreciate each and every one of you. We are gonna keep moving forward. Again, I take my eye off the prize, and I know, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me, right? Um, and I am not going to worry about what everybody else. Every time that things go off the rails for me, every time that I get out of character, it's because I am worrying about what someone else thinks. I am going to be unapologetically unapologetic, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do the things that I want to do. Yes, I know that I can't give it all away if I'm going to make any money, but I also can't make money if I'm not doing it to help the greater benefit of the whole. I'm not ever going to do that. So why pretend like I am, right? And we say all the time that we are spreading love and light with every bite, and our mission statement is to raise the collective vibration, and that's what we're going to do. And as long as I feel like I'm being successful that way, I'm going to let go of the rest of the worry. And I appreciate each and every one of you who are walking by me, trying to make a difference in this crazy place we live. Stay on the lookout for lots of fun new things happening in all lines of business. Some new updates for everything's coming, but we're gonna keep it going. I hope to see all of you sooner rather than later. We don't have to this week live whenever I get a chance to pop up and say hi, definitely for What's Up Wednesday. I can't promise What's Up Wednesday this week. We have a catering event, I have a volunteer, and we have take-home meals. So Wednesday might not be Wednesday. I can't promise, but I'll let y'all know before then. But on that note, we are going to say thank you so much for watching us today. Whether you're watching this live or on the replay, whenever you find it, we appreciate you for tuning in. Whether it's for a minute or an hour, you saw exactly what you were supposed to. I used to get really stressed out about only 2 people were watching, and the universe said to me, and I heard a song the other day. It was like something about planted the seed and left it there. It was a Travis Tritt song. It's been 15 years since I've been home. Said goodbye to every seed I've sown. I said goodbye and I left it alone. Lord, I hope they're doing all right. And that line of that song prompted a lot of this soul searching, that song about like, and I thought about that. The Lord said, you have to stop worrying about the seeds you've sown. You have to say goodbye and leave them alone. It's my job once you've sown the seed. You have to live your life as light and water, as an example of it. But the more you worry about that seed, the more you look after that seed, right? And watch it doesn't grow. So that's just interesting. So anybody else there, just that somebody needed to hear that. So leave those sown seeds alone. And I'm going to stop worrying about them. And I'm going to start just living my life as sunshine and water. and then things that are meant to bloom will. And it's not my responsibility. It's the seed's responsibility once I've sown it and planted it, right? So anyway, as we end this Sunday sermon today, whenever you see this, right, whether I've planted the seed today or I plant the seed in 2026 when you see this, I'm going to plant it and leave it alone. So on that note, we're going to end our live at 1 and 10 seconds. I'm going to get it before 1:01. We're going to end with a little peace, a little love, and a little feast, y'all. And as always, stay elevated, and I love you very much. And until next time, I'm Tammy. Stay elevated.